All right.
Oh, we already got our.
Wow.
Wow, that was quick.
So by no surprise, Brady Smith made it to top 4, and Josh, our Paradox Beast player, made it to top 4 as well. And as we already saw, Patrick Connors made it. So did Janice Lee. Top cut of the MSS in October. So these are pretty good players all around.
These are very good players all around. And honestly, I'm just thrilled that, we're able to see more battles and more impressive opponents.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and it looks like our stream matchup is going to be Brady versus Josh. So we're going to be seeing the one person who managed to make it through Swiss undefeated.
Still undefeated so far.
Still
undefeated.
That's amazing. Not even Wolf could go undefeated.
Now, we already talked about Josh and what his team was. Now let's look at Brady. So Brady's has a Terra Grass Incineroar, which, we see a lot of different Terras on Incineroar, but we have a Terra Grass Incineroar. We have a Terra Fairy Goldendo as well as a Fluttermane. Usually you only see either Goldengo or Fluttermane. More often Fluttermane.
More often.
But we have both here, and that's really interesting.
And we also have the Farigiraf and Ursaluna Blood Moon combination.
Yep.
Now, at first glance, that Farigiraf, it is really strong. Like, Brady actually opted more on his special attack. He decided to invest more into that as opposed to investing more in defense. Like, Farigiraf is normally known as a defensive Pokemon. So
as we saw though at the Charlotte Regional, Wolf won with his super offensive Farigiraf. If anyone's seen the pace that's already out, it's offensive. Like,
it's a very good pace. It is a very good pace, and honestly, like, that just shows why he's a world champion.
And here's Brady Smith with all of his stuff. Like I said, yep.
Three-time regional champ.
Three-time regional champ. Top 16 at San Antonio. I think you got like 10th. Top 32 at Worlds in 2022.
And OCIC top 8.
OCIC top 8. This is a pretty good player. No one's surprised that he's made it this far.
I might be a little surprised, but that's
sure.
Maybe a little. Just being a little facetious there or whatever. But as we just spoke about with Josh with that triple Paradox Beast set, and I spoke to Brady before the Top Cut bracket when he saw this the bracket come out. He was really hyped about having the opportunity to face his team in top 4 because he really likes this composition.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So remember how, like, personally looking at these two, I feel like Brady would have the idea. Farigiraf might be good. Trick Room might be a good option here. But here's the thing. Josh has that Torkoal that could work very well under Trick Room.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
bit.
I mean, look at it. I mean, granted, it's level 100, but that speed is like it is just unbearably low.
Torkoal has a base speed of 20, and that's lower than Amoonguss, both Ursalunas. It's
Hatterene.
It's lower than everything.
Pokemon that are holding the Iron Ball.
Exactly. Like, it's
depending on the Pokemon that's holding that, because technically Amoonguss could hold an Iron Ball, and then it's slower than Torkoal.
But when do you see that?
Only in your crazy wildest dreams.
All right, you heard it here from Joe. New meta, Iron Ball Amoonguss.
No, but I have seen Iron Ball a couple of times. Usually it's on a Pokemon that you
want. Of course, yeah.
Or even the power items. The power band.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen those a couple of times because they do the
same thing.
They just have your
It's just funnier seeing the power thing.
It's just funny seeing either. It's just funny seeing either.
Because I feel like Iron Ball, you're at least like, oh, I guess I can see it. And then Power, you're like, huh. I forgot about that.
Now, don't get me wrong. A long time ago, I did experiment with this. Iron Ball, Quiet Nature, 0 IV Speed Regieleki Trick Room.
Why?
I was crazy. I was young, and Regieleki was right out there. And I figured,
And how did that do, Joe?
7-1 on ladder.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes, because nobody expects Regieleki to be the slowest thing on the field. Or at least slow enough to actually function in Trick Room after a Mimikyu.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so again, that was like right when Regieleki
All
came
right,
out. But
here we go. Starting to game one, we have Ogerpon and Fluttermane from Brady, and from Josh we see
the Whimsicott and the Gouging Fire.
not something we're like surprised seeing from Josh. This is something we've seen several times from him.
But now here's the interesting part here. Josh has Sunny Day on his Whimsicott. He clicks Sunny Day. He is going to activate
helping that Fluttermane.
He is helping Brady.
So here's the thing. It's just a matter of questioning. Does it help the Fluttermane's speed, or does it help its special attack?
That is actually something that we're going to have to note about. But what's also interesting about Brady is that his Fluttermane, while it does have the choice specs, it's got Protect as a move.
Yeah, Protect, that being there, like, I recognize Protect being a lot on choice specs for some reason. I don't know why. It is there, though.
I mean, I've seen everything from, like, Protect to Perish Song to Taunt.
To Taunt, yep. That's how I lost one of my matches in San Antonio.
And we do see the Terror Orb activated on Josh's side on turn 1, and Gouging Fire now becomes a Grass type.
Not too surprising to see, because, you know, it's...
But we do see a Terror come out on Brady's side, and it's going into the Ogerpon. So he's activating the Ogerpon and getting that Embody aspect to get that +1 special defense.
Is this a follow me Ogerpon? Because if it is, that's going to be a very good play for Brady.
I agree.
And it is.
And
yep,
it's
look
the
at
Follow
that.
Me. So now with the Follow Me coming out.
So now we got the Sunny Day coming up. It's going to help both Gouging Fire and Fluttermane.
Fluttermane is a special attack Flutter.
Fluttermane does have that special attack boost from it. So this, if it Dazzling Gleams, it
and it goes for the Heat Crash in the sun. Oh
wow,
my!
Still a lot.
That is a
Moonblast. Does this KO? Yes, it
does.
Wow.
Oh my God! That is a one-hit.
That is a one-hit KO.
Wow! And Brady right off the bat, and we said it. The Sunny Day could potentially come back to hurt Josh. However,
we did see that Torkoal in the back. That is definitely an interesting Pokemon to see here.
But we also see here the
Raging Bolt.
The Raging Bolt. But here's the other thing: that Ogerpon can go for a Follow Me again, and special attack specs Flutter. I don't think that Raging Bolt.
I don't think a Raging Bolt has anything against it, even with Assault Vest.
I don't think it can survive.
I don't think it can survive at all. Look at this. So Moonblast
comes out. Ogerpon
tickles Ogerpon
a little bit. The Moonblast comes out,
and
it's a one-hit KO.
This is insane.
Ogerpon has basically just been playing support, and
players.
2 Pokemon are down literally in the first 2 turns.
I do not think Torkoal has this to pull it out. But, you know, there's always a chance. There always is.
Where there's a Torkoal, there's a dream.
Exactly. And Moonblast could take out that Ogerpon, and Moonblast isn't going to do as much against that Torkoal.
No, but we also see that Josh opted to go for the Heat Wave here because
of that Moonblast,
Yep, the Moonblast. I mean, even through that resisted damage, I wonder if
it's going to do a lot of damage.
I wonder if they can even have a shot at knocking out the Torkoal.
It might.
Oh, but we see this spiky shield come
out
on the Ogerpon slot here as
Tailwind. That's an interesting play.
Yeah, because Torkoal is, you know, not really known for being a Tailwind.
No, not at all, really. Wow.
And brings it down to 69 HP.
Look at that. So Heat Wave is going to do how much to that Fluttermane? That's the question. Fluttermane is especially bulky.
It is
not even half.
Bounced off of that Fluttermane.
That Fluttermane is sitting pretty.
It is basically just a sitting duck at this point. As you see Torkoal go for the Protector, try to stall out 1 turn of attack.
That is a possibility, but the Follow Me is going to redirect it. So we saw the Moonblast going onto that Fluttermane. But the Follow Me is
do enough, though. It does enough. So Ogerpon is down. So both sides' Terra Pokemon have been knocked out, but Brady is in a commanding position right now.
Yes, a very commanding position. Moonblast going into the Protect. But here's the thing. That Torkoal, even under Trick Room, again, base 20 speed. That Torkoal is not going to do too much damage.
And we see Farigiraf come out on Brady's side. So now it remains to be seen what is Josh's play here.
So this is the offensive form of Farigiraf that we've seen at Charlotte. It has the Throat Spray rather than you know, the typical Rocky Helmet or Citrus Berry. It just has a throat spray to bring up its damage output.
We see Fluttermane went for that Moonblast and knocked out the Torkoal, and Farigiraf goes for the Hyper Voice.
Not going to KO because of the Focus Sash, but it's still going to get that boost, and even without the boost, it was going to KO the next turn.
Exactly, it was going to get that, and it's amazing how the Throat Spray did that much damage, but also the sun just ended, and Fluttermane's Photosynthesis wore off.
Personally, as much as I want to be a believer in Whimsicott, I'm not a believer. I am not a believer in this case. It's Whimsicott against the world.
It is Whimsicott against the world. Farigiraf just tries to scream at the top of its lungs. It screams so loud that Whimsicott, unfortunately, is knocked out, and Brady Smith is one game away from the finals.
Brady screaming his way to victory, and look at that. It's just, it's insane. Brady, just a commanding position. This is the play you get from top-level players.
Exactly. Like, being able to identify what part of your opponent's team works, what parts you can counter on it, and especially with that Fluttermane. It O-code the Gouging Fire and the Raging Bolt in one fell swoop, and now it makes Josh think about potentially not doing Sunny Day next time.
Yeah, Sunny Day definitely not helping Josh in this case. Josh not in a great position here. Brady, though, sitting pretty.
He is sitting pretty right now, because it makes you wonder what is going to happen with Josh. How is Josh going to be able to force a game 3, you think?
Personally, I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, where there's a will, there is a way.
When there is a will, there is a way. Personally, I think Corviknight could see some play here, because if it runs into Ogerpon and Fluttermane, what does it have? Does it have any flying technique there? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it is an Ire Defense Corviknight. Yeah, so I don't.
Honestly, I just thought of one. I've seen one strategy here. You bring the Torkoal, but you got to Terra Fire the Raging Bolt.
Yes, that's a good idea. That can work in the end. It would, again. There's a will, there's a way.
That is a potential option here. Being able to Terra that Raging Bolt and a Terra Fire with the Assault Vest. Yeah, the Sun will help out that Fluttermane,
but that Assault Vest and that Resistance is going to help that Raging Bolt so much.
And we see a switch on Brady's side.
And we see the Corviknight.
We see the Corviknight makes its appearance, but the Mirror Armor brings the Intimidate on the Incineroar.
Yep, and that's gonna be a killer for the Incineroar. You know, getting less damage output, and that's just not very fortunate.
As we do see, the Corviknight is the Terra Dragon variation, and Josh is considering clicking that Terra button here.
See, here's the only problem though. It's just that it does no longer resist those Hyper Voices from that Farigiraf or that Psychic from the Farigiraf. It's just not gonna. It just doesn't help it as much. So it's, or not even. Hold on, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Give me a second. Yes, it does have Hyper Voice and Psychic. Okay.
All yeah, right. I was about to say. I was about to say, but and also, if Brady has the Ursaluna, now Hyper Voice and Blood Moon are neutral hits, and Earth Power is
crit on the Fake Out. Everything matters at this point.
And we see the Iron Defense come out on the Corviknight here. And Farigiraf goes for the Hyper Voice.
Yep.
Neutral Hyper Voice now, but that Throat Spray gets activated.
And that is going to be very crucial for Brady. People sleep on the Throat Spray Farigiraf. It's pretty solid.
I would definitely agree with that, but also that Farigiraf is now at +1 special attack.
Yeah, and even though Corviknight got that Iron Defense up, it's not going to help against those Hyper Voices.
No, it is not. As Walking Away goes for a Protect here, trying to potentially stay alive for one more turn. Corviknight goes for another Iron Defense.
I think we're getting a bit greedy here, considering the fact that we still have those Hyper Voices in play.
The Hyper Voice comes out, and it is into the Corviknight. This is +1 Hyper Voice, and it does a good damage, but the U-turn comes out, and Incineroar is able to switch out and reset its attack drop by virtue of that Mirror Armor.
See, and the Flutter. This is just too good of a situation for Brady right now. Dazzling Gleam could kill both of the Pokemon.
That is very true right now, because Fluttermane is definitely going to be faster than both of Josh's Pokemon here, and I don't even think this Roost is kind of.
I don't think this Roost is even going to come out at all. And so here's the reason why I was worried about that Terra Dragon is because now Walking Wake can't Terra Steel, and Corviknight is now susceptible to the Flutter Mane Dazzling Gleams, and that's just going to be a killer for the rest of the game.
I agree on that. That is an amazing switch up by Brady, being able to potentially read that that changeup on Josh's side. But that Terra is a very interesting choice. We do see
The Hydro Steam, so it is faster than his Flutter Mane, so that's interesting to know going forward. But I do think the Dazzling Gleam is still going to take out both. Yep,
here comes the Dazzling Gleam,
taking
and
out both Walking Wake
and the
Corviknight.
Corviknight. And right there, that is essentially a Terra is burned on the side of Josh. Josh now does not have that Terastallization option for the remainder of the battle, and Brady still has his.
Brady does still have his, and he still has all 4 of his Pokemon. And even though we have Whimsicott and Gouging Fire come in, it just doesn't look too good in general right now. So I really am wondering if there is a chance. There honestly could be.
Well, now the other option here is that Farigiraf can potentially go for a Tailwind here, but at the
Whimsicott can go for a Tailwind.
My apologies. Well, Whimsicott, well, I was saying Farigiraf could go for a Trick Room.
Yes.
But the Heat Crash in the Flutter Mane will knock out the Flutter Mane, but if that Farigiraf went for Trick Room,
I
think there's something in the back.
There is something in the back for that, and it would be.
And there's the Trick Room.
There's the Trick Room. So what I'm anticipating is that Ursaluna Blood Moon coming in and wiping out the rest, because we already have a Hyper Voicing.
Actually bringing out the Incineroar.
Incineroar, interesting.
Okay,
lowering the attack, that's very important.
Because now Gouging Fire is locked in to that Heat Crash.
That is true, and that is very unfortunate for Josh right here.
And Whimsicott goes for a Protect here, trying to stay alive. Hyper Voice comes out on the Farigiraf. This is +1, and how much does it do? It does a good
pretty solid amount.
And there was the double up play right there. They were trying to break the Focus Sash, Brady was, and he was trying to go for the Flare Blitz. This is a -1 Heat Crash though, and
that's just
bounces.
This is just not good for. This is just not good for Josh right now. He's in a very unfortunate situation. Sunny Day is the only thing even having a chance of helping him in this scenario.
And also, it does activate the speed, but your Tailwind, your
here's the thing. This is actually Protosynthesis attack. Since the attack is lowered, it actually boosts the defense.
Oh, that's actually good to know. Like, I would have thought it would have gone for the speed.
Nope.
That's big.
Yeah, it's actually it's because of that Choice Scarf that it wants that. But it's now not doing as much damage. So it still is getting decent amount with those Heat Crashes.
However,
it's
a Choice Scarf. It's Tailwind. This Flare Blitz comes out in the sun, even through the quad resistance.
Even quad resistance, it's just super unfortunate.
And Brady Smith is our first finalist here at the Cool Stuff Games Maitland January Premier Challenge.
Who's surprised?
Can I say I am again? Can I say I am again? But no, that was amazing pivoting by Brady. Just being able to read and react to Josh's triple Paradox Beast team.
We don't even know what his 4th Pokemon was in that second game.
We didn't.
Personally, I thought Ursaluna Blood Moon was
have a feeling it was in the bag, but Brady was just like, maybe
I want to guarantee the win. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he was feeling.
It didn't feel like I needed to or even, it could have been Ogerpon too.
Could have been Ogerpon.
But that's the other thing, that in the sun and the Tailwind and the Choice Scarf, Ogerpon is still going to be faster than the Gouging Fire, or slower, and therefore faster
because of the Choice Scarf. It just makes that Gouging Fire too slow in Trick Room.
Exactly. And again, congratulations to Brady. He's now 1 win away from the victory in this Premier Challenge, and he is also 1 win away from perfection.
Yeah, I believe Brady, he has played several different locals here in Florida, but I believe he's yet to win one yet. And he's come close. I believe he got a final in the Tampa midseason showdown. But I
yes,
don't.
he did. He lost to Kyle Ayala
Yep.
at that MSS.
And so, this is Brady's. This is his one. I think he's able to take it.
This feels like it.
This feels like it. He's been telling me earlier how he's super confident. He hasn't dropped a set this game, this day. Sorry, but it's yeah.
I can't remember if he's like. I know he hasn't dropped a set, so he's 8-0 in sets. I'm not sure if he's ever gone to a game 3 yet.
I think he has. I think he's told me about a game 3 that happened so far. If not, I'm just completely wrong. Might be thinking of the wrong person. But either way, regardless, not dropping a set all day is pretty good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are awaiting the final semifinal game between Janice Lee and Patrick Connors. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the finals. Either Janice or Patrick will be facing off against Brady to earn the title of January Cool Stuff Games Mainland Premier Challenge Champion.